Okay, now we're going to do comparing the means of two samples. So this is like, for example, suppose you have two machines that are producing something, like producing producing a TV or something like that, a monitor, and you're checking the mean number of TVs that machine one or monitors that machine one makes per hour, and the mean number that machine two makes per hour. So you want to decide whether they're basically working at the same rate or not. Of course, just because machine one produces 90 in an hour and machine two produces 103 in that same hour doesn't mean that on average they're not producing the same number, right? There could be randomness involved in any particular hour, so we can't say just because they're different in a particular hour that on average they're not the same. So that's what we're asking. So given that so we get two means, and we want to test whether we can say that they are functioning in the same way, or whether we can say that they're different. That's the question. Comparing the means of two samples. So actually, it's the assumption is that they come from the same sample. I'm sorry, that they come from the same population. That is, that they are the same. That the two machines are the same, and we're going to test that. Of course, we're probably not. Even if they are the same, we probably won't get the same number for each machine for a particular hour. So we want to see whether the difference is big enough to make us drop the hypothesis that they're the same. That's the kind of logic that we're thinking about here. Now, there's one other issue in these kinds of tests, and that is whether the observations are paired or not. And I'm not going to go into that now, but that's one thing you have to consider. And so there's a parameter or an argument called paired, which you can either set to true or false. By default, it's equal to false. That is, it doesn't assume that they are paired observations. So let's go back to the hours slept example. And suppose we have from two different universities, University 1 and University 2, and we want to decide whether the sleeping habits are different at the two universities based on our small samples of each of size 20. Okay, so that's the kind of test we want to do here. So I'll open up that file. No, I won't. I'll try it with the brackets there. And here it is. And now, let's see, I need to get each of those columns out. So how do I do that? I guess I have to go back and read the names of them. So hours slept Uni 1, hours slept Uni 2. So if we remember, we can do this and this. Okay, so this, remember, gives us, I think, the first, yeah. So I guess we could put this in Uni 1 equal, well, let me do it this way. And that's going to be a data frame. Is that what I want? No. So I don't really want a data frame, right? So I'll do something different. How do I do it then? So I think we can do it this way, can't we? And then let's do two and two. And let's see if we get what we want. Let's try Uni 1. Okay, and uni 2. Okay, so we have these two, now they're two vectors, and we can put them into the function. So what we're going to do is actually, it's a t-test with both of these vectors. So we go, let's see, t-test uni 1, comma, uni 2. Let's see if that works. Yeah. So, we get this result. So you have to remember when you're doing this that you're testing, the null hypothesis is that they're equal, and the p-value here is not small, so that means we can't accept the null hypothesis. We have to reject it. Okay, so that means that they are not equal, and it shows us also that the mean of the first one was this, and the mean of the second was this. So it says true difference. The true difference in the means is not equal to 0. So the difference in the means, if they were the same, the difference in the true difference in the means would be equal to 0. But since they're not the same, the means won't be equal to 0. The means of the real populations won't be, or the means of the populations won't be 0. Okay, so that's how you do that one. And remember that if you want paired equal to true, you just write paired equals true up here as one of the parameters. Okay.